Today I will be introducing the link between Toxoplasma gondii and mental illness. Depression is one of the most conventional mental disorders in the world that controls an individual's mood, function of sleep, and appetite, to name the least. It is known that depression is commonly present as a result of stressful circumstances, changes in hormones, or due to genetics. However, it is hard not to wonder if depression could be present in some individuals by cause of a microbial pathogen. There is a pathogen called Toxoplasma gondii, which is known to be the link to causing depression within individuals. So let's not waste any time and look at the journey of this microbe. What is T. gondii? Toxoplasma gondii is a single-celled parasitic organism which usually causes the disease toxoplasmosis when infecting humans. T. gondii does not provide contagious infections that can be spread from human to human like the flu, although it does minutely present flu-like symptoms including fever, body aches, and fatigue. This parasitic microbe must reproduce in cats, birds, or other felines in their intestinal tract in order to be infectious and passed on to other hosts. These felines are necessary definitive hosts for the completion of sexual reproduction for T. gondii prior to spreading to humans. T. gondii can be contracted by accidentally coming into contact with cat or feline feces, who may have contracted the infection by being fed raw meat. Also, ingesting contaminated food or water using kitchen utensils that have not been cleaned properly or coming into contact with raw meat could suggest that parasites could be lingering and colonizing, causing a higher risk of being infected by toxoplasmosis. As well, T. gondii can be contracted to humans by an infected organ transplant or by blood transfusions. These parasites can reproduce in the intermediate hosts over the course of 3 stages. The infectious life cycle of T. gondii is as follows. T. gondii is first represented as oocytes that are present in domestic cats or other felines from ingested raw meats, contaminated liquids, or due to uncleanliness. These oocytes can be released from the host and present in its feces. These oocytes can go to infect humans or other intermediate hosts. Oocytes can then transform into tachocytes inside the intermediate host. This process is otherwise known as a process of rapidly multiplying and spreading in host cells. This is the stage where T. gondii forms aggregates or clones or colonies in the brain or muscle tissue. When the tachozoites remain localized in these areas, they are converted to bridozoites, also known as tissue cysts. This is the 3rd and final stage of the infectious life cycle of T. gondii. When the parasite is at this stage, it is usually when the host's immune system triggers a reaction. There are 2 main categories of people that this pathogen seems to take advantage of. Pregnant women is the first group, whom if infected may infect their fetus, which causes repercussions at birth. Also, individuals who are immunocompromised, meaning an immune system that is impaired or weak, are also a major target for this infection. A number of studies have suggested that T. gondii may be related to behavioral changes in humans, leading up to depression, suicide attempts, and symptoms of schizophrenia and anxiety, along with many other mental disorders. As previously mentioned, that T. gondii forms tissue cysts in the brain and take over the central nervous system. Its presence causes disruptions in dopamine, known as the reward and motivational pathway, serotonin, which is required for mood, behavior, appetite, sleep, and memory, and local inflammatory pathways in the brain. A study was performed on 218 participants to identify the correlation of depression and suicidal behaviors with the T. gondii infection. Discoveries were made in those individuals who had a history of attempting suicide and presented higher levels of T. gondii antibodies than non-suicide attempters. These antibodies against T. gondii displayed very high numbers in schizophrenia patients as well. Although the mechanism by which T. gondii is linked to mental illness still remains unclear, it is suggested that this relationship is due to the disturbances this pathogen causes to crucial pathways like dopamine and serotonin. In the process of trying to block the growth of T. gondii, a pro-inflammatory stimulus is established by an immune response, causing tryptophan to diminish and resulting in a depletion of serotonin produced in the brain. As far as treatment goes, medications include pyrimethamine, which is usually combined with sulfadiazine, or clindamycin hydrochloride to kill these parasites, especially in those with a weakened immune system. That is all for today. I hope you enjoyed the segment.